Alright, so how many of you watch the NBA? So, decent amount of you. How many of you know who Damian Lillard is? Oh, let's see you. Okay. So, I'm going to be describing, well, before I get into that, the reason that you should listen to this is because of Damian Lillard's life. He's just a prime example of showing that just a matter of how much hard work you put in, just keep going over and over, driving, that it will result in something good one day. And that brings me into the 4 key moments that happened in Damian Lillard's life as a child, as a teen, as an adult, and the present day Damian Lillard. As a child, Damian Lillard grew up in a very poor neighborhood of Oakland, California. He loved basketball, but his dad could not afford a basketball hoop at all. So he would go to his grandfather's, who had this tree, and on the tree it had like a circular limb, and he would just keep shooting the basketball through that limb. And if it even touched the tree at all, he would count it as a miss. After a year of doing this, he got better, but his dad unfortunately had to cut that tree down because how wild and out of control it was going. But his grandfather did not want Damian Lillard going to drugs and the gangs in California. So he ended up cutting out a milk carton and putting it onto a telephone pole. And Damian would have to shoot perfectly, as he said, because if he even touched the milk carton or if it hit the telephone pole, he would not know which way the ball was going to bounce. And he did not want to go get the ball. And this brings me to my next point of his teen years. This is where he started to take basketball really seriously, and he started to go to the YMCA every single day. The owner of the Y would see Damian Lillard before he even unlocked the doors. Damian Lillard would be out there at 7 a.m. waiting for him to unlock the doors, let him in. And at this moment, Damian Lillard would go in and play basketball and keep practicing. It got to such a moment that he wanted more competition that he started playing with older adults. And as of this, the adults would shove him to the side because of how little he was. They would start to play bully ball, which is just take him to the post. But as Damian Lillard growing up, he had a quote, "I'm not afraid of nobody." So he kept going to this, but this would really take place during the night, next day, because as he was leaving around 8 p.m. from the Y, 3 individuals dressed in dark hoodies came up onto him and said, "Give me your money." And he said, "No, I don't got that much. I need to be able to go right home on the bus." And one of them decided to try to run up on him, and the first instinct that Damian Lillard has was to throw a punch, knock that guy to the ground. The other 2 ended up jumping on him and getting him to the ground. The 3rd guy grabbed out a gun, pointed at his forehead and said, "I'm not playing. Give me your money or this is going to be your last night." Then, which Damian Lillard said, "You can take the money from my pockets." They ended up getting around $5 to $10 and grabbed his bag and tossed it down the sewer drain, which made Damian Lillard very upset. He ran to the nearest McDonald's, called his family. He ended up reaching his brother, and his brother, when his name was unable to come, but his brother got his girlfriend to come. And from that night, his family did not want Damian Lillard riding home from the bus at all. So his family got him the right situation. So this then brings me into his adulthood of high school. He ended up going to 3 different high schools. The first high school he went to, the parents didn't like him at all because he was getting more minutes, and this was causing trouble, and he knew this was not going to be the school for him because the parents were calling him, telling him he's not that good and all this, and he didn't want all the drama. The second high school that he went to, the coach just hated his play style, and he did not want to play Damian Lillard above any of the other people. So Damian Lillard rode the bench for that year. Then he ended up transferring to his 3rd high school, which was just perfect for him because the coach ran the offense through him. And at this high school for 2 straight years, he ended up averaging 26 points and 6.5 assists, but he was only being a 2-star recruit. And as a 2-star recruit, you don't get too much attention from big colleges like Kentucky and Kansas and so on. So, but the only coach that really offered him a chance in a starting position was the coach at Weber State, and that's the school he decided to go to, which he ended up getting 28 points and 7.5 assists in his first season, ended up getting freshman of the year, but this just drove Damian Lillard even more because they were calling him not even in the top ranked point guards of his class. So that's one thing about Damian Lillard is when you call him not the best, that just puts a fire in his stomach and he wants to be the best. So he will strive to be the best. So over the next 2 years, he started perfecting his shot even more, worked on his getting faster, stronger. And in his final season at Weber State, his senior season, he ended up averaging 30 points and 7 assists. And this was good enough for him to get to the 6th pick of the draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. And from his kid years, going from not having too much money and having to shoot through a tree limb and a milk carton, to his teen years of going to the YMCA early into the morning till late at night and almost losing his life, to his adult years of still not having anybody believe in him, believe that he's good, and showing them how he really is, to working his way up even higher, to being the 6th pick in the NBA draft. And this brings me into the present day Damian Lillard, of where he's only been an All-Star 3 times. He did win Rookie of the Year his first season, but he wasn't an All-Star. His second season, he became an All-Star. In his third season, he became an All-Star. But then they made a mistake of calling him that he was not one of the best point guards or any of the top-ranked point guards. And this set Damian Lillard off last season because he takes that competition and will just destroy it, because that's his favorite thing to do, destroying anything that's in his path, to show people that he's better. And and so in conclusion, if growing up in a small town of where he was in Oakland, California, of not having any money and having to shoot through a tree limb and milk carton, to his teen years of going to the YMCA early to late, to almost losing his life, to his adult years of going to 3 different high schools, to being doubted over and over again, to being sought out by a coach of Weber State, to being the 6th pick, to his present day situation of people still doubting him and believing he's not the best, but he still wants to show them, hey, I'm one of the best players, you just need to give me a chance. And I'm going to leave you off with why Damian Lillard wears the number 0. He doesn't see it as the number 0. He sees it as an O for Oakland, California, where he got his first ever chance to play basketball. He sees it as an O for Ogden, Utah, where Weber State is located, the only college that gave him a shot, to the O in Portland, Oregon, to the NBA team that decided to draft him. And before I leave you off, I'm going to show you a picture of Damian Lillard for those who don't know what he doesn't look like. That is Damian Lillard. Younger Damian Lillard, as I should say, because that's one of the old jerseys. Thank you.